Misery is manifold. How's it that from beauty I have derived a type of unloveliness? My baptismal name is Egeus. My line has been called a race of visionaries. There is more than sufficient agreeable evidence to assure that belief. The recollections of my earliest years are connected with this library. Here my mother died. Here I was born. Here I loitered away my boyhood in books. Real-world realities became visions and nothing more than visions. The wild ideas of the land of dreams became the very existence of my everyday. Berenice and I were cousins, and we grew up together in my family's halls. Although we grew together, we grew in separate ways. I, ill and buried in gloom, she, overflowing with energy. Me, living within my own heart, she was always roaming carelessly through life, nothing of a concern about shadows in her path. Eventually the shadows became too long, and disease, a fatal disease, fell upon her as though it were the storms of sand. The spirit of change swept over her, invading her mind, her habits, her character, and even her identity. She was no longer my Berenice. She suffered from epilepsy. Meanwhile, my own disease developed, rapidly growing upon me, creating a monomaniac character. I am not understood. I fear it is impossible for the average person to obtain an adequate idea of the powers of meditation and how they busied and buried themselves in the most thoughtful observations of the most ordinary objects of the universe. I would muse for hours, day and night, all of this caused by simple objects, such as the typing in a book, the flame of a candle, a perfume of a flower. I would repeat words until they had no meaning. I would lose all sense of motion and physical existence. Berenice's physical appearance had many changes in it. I never loved Berenice, not even during the brightest days when her beauty was unparalleled. My feelings had never been of the heart, but my passions were always of the mind. I had seen her not as a living and breathing Berenice, but as a Berenice of a dream. Despite this, I recalled that she had long loved me, and in an evil moment, I talked to her about marriage. Berenice, you've loved me for a long time. Would you become my bride?
Egeus, I would be honored to be your bride.
So to settle then.
Yes.
There was one day of the winter that was unreasonably warm, calm, and misty. I thought I sat alone in the apartment of the library, but upon lifting my eyes, I saw Berenice standing before me. I looked down at her pale hands, over her fingers, and finally her nails, the nails of the changed Berenice. I saw her nails everywhere. Then came the full fury of my monomania. I thought of nothing but the nails. Darkness came and went. Troubled voices broke my dreams.
Sir, I'm afraid it's about Berenice. She died from an epileptic seizure this morning. Her grave is ready when you are ready to depart with her. I know you loved her. We shall all grieve her loss.
The servant didn't know that I wasn't in love with Berenice, and I told her to bury the body. My dear Berenice, we loved you. We lost you. May your soul rest in peace.
Sir, I'm not sure if you were aware of the shriek that occurred earlier this evening, but the worker and I followed it to Berenice's grave, and it was violated. Why is there a shovel? She was still breathing. Sir, are you okay?
No. No, I didn't. I couldn't have.
Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered three. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where dead men